The king had the power to give and to take away from his subjects. Many feared his wrath and chose to keep their distance. Others wanted to gain favor to enhance their status and profit from his wealth. A few people didn't even believe he existed and chose to live as though he didn't. Two children one day were granted an audience with the king. So the children sought counsel from others. What should they say in the king's presence? How should they address the king? Some told the children that they had the opportunity to influence the king, and so they should suggest better ways for the king to rule. Others said the king had the power to make them prosperous, and so the children needed to gain his favor and ask him for things. Some cautioned the children to keep their distance, lest the wrath of the king would fall on them. The one child compiled a list of requests, including some small favors for himself, and when his time came to address the king, he shared his list. The king listened intently, and when asked how the audience went, the child said, "Well, I think it went well. I hope to see him again because I have a few more items on my mind I'd like to share with him." The other child came with a mixture of fear and wonder. Who was this ruler that had such power? What relationship could he possibly have with the king? So the child came with no fixed agenda. As he came to the castle, he marveled at the splendor of the palace. When he saw the king, he could not contain himself. Words of praise just burst forth from his mouth, and he fell on his face in the king's presence. He felt so insignificant and unworthy to be in such a place. Well, the king, he leaned over and he gently lifted the little boy's head, and the child looked into the face of pure love. And when asked how his audience went with the king, the second child said, "I'm going to spend the rest of my life getting to know him and learning how to serve him to the best of my ability. I have heard so many false rumors about the king, but you know what? I've discovered he is the King of Kings. He is full of joy, and he wants all of his subjects to come into his presence. They are like children to him, and he loves every one of them." Well, you know, folks, that's our King. And we're going to learn more about him in the next number of lessons. God bless you. Hope to see you tomorrow.